Hello and welcome to my channel On the Hook Crochet, where we talk about wearable crochet style. And today let's find out what's been on the hook. All weekend I was working on a new pattern, and it's of course it's not difficult. I know I always say that, but I really mean it. This is a vest pattern, and I started out working with some cotton fair and dotted line held together. Now y'all might remember earlier when I talked about this, I was working on a little sweater for maybe Veterans Day or something patriotic, made out of red, white, and blue yarn. And I have worked and worked on it. I think I have the pattern that I want, and I'm going to show you the progress that I've made. Crystal's going to model that. There's not enough fabric to cover me, so I'm going to let Crystal model that in just a couple of minutes. Today I have a couple of new acquisitions that I want to show you, and I want to talk about what I'm wearing as well. Also, I have an update on my diamond painting, and we have a giveaway to present today to someone. And I will like to mention about the giveaways. I have a couple of giveaways. I haven't heard from the winners, and the winner of the Crochet Surprise Box, Jack and Marie Weber, I think it's Jack and Marie Weber, I have it written down. They have not contacted me that I know about. And again, I asked them to send me an email directly to Jeannie, Jeanne, at onthehookcrochet.com, and make sure that you get that to me right away. I think probably next Monday. If I haven't heard back from you, then I will probably award it to someone new. So y'all can be anticipating that. If you feel like you want to win that, that's great. Jack and Marie, I don't want you to lose out, so be sure you let me know what your address is. Also, a winner today for the Cobblestone yarn. So let's get started. First of all, I want to talk about what I'm wearing. And y'all, if you've been watching my channel for any time, you know this is the Busy Bee top. I made this from Cotton Fair, which is, this is a ball of their new logo and all. This is Premier Cotton Fair. It's a size 2 yarn, and I believe it's a cotton blend. Let me double check. Yes, 52 cotton, 48 acrylic. So it's a blend, and that's probably the reason I love it so much. It doesn't wrinkle, and it's very, very comfortable on in the summertime. And when I made this, one of my first patterns that I released, I really enjoyed wearing it. I've enjoyed it ever since. I think it's been a couple of years. And so both summers I have worn this out. I wear this out to the grocery store. I wear it out to lunch. I can wear it with a black skirt to church. I can do all those things with this beautiful little top. And I'm going to stand up and show it to you. If you haven't seen it before, maybe if you have, you'll see something new you don't remember. Today I'm wearing this with a pair of capri pants. They're just stretchy pants in black and a little pair of black flats. And I just like the look of this top. It's the perfect length, and it's a little bit boxy. It's not too boxy, so it looks okay on me. It doesn't make me look big or anything, like some boxy sweaters will do. And the drape of this particular yarn is so beautiful. It just hangs so nicely. Look at that. It just really has a nice drape to it. Now this has little slits on the side. This is the back of the sweater. This is what it looks like. Really, really like this sweater. And like I said, I've worn it quite a few times. So if you like the sleeves, the sleeve length is a little bit longer than it appears. I took it all the way down past the elbow, and then I roll those up. And there's a little special way that I keep those rolled up. They stay rolled up all day. And if it's a little bit cool outside, I might roll these down just a little bit. But I kind of like them this way. They're very summery, but they also cover the whole top of your arm. And I also like the neckline. I took it way out on this particular sweater, and the neckline really starts right about here. See my fingers? The neckline is way out here. This is where I stop the neckline on the front piece of the sweater, and the wide band really makes it look nice. I like the wide band that I used here, and I didn't use the wide band anywhere else. I didn't even crochet a band on the bottom. So this is kind of the focal point. I like the wide band at the neck, and it's also wide enough so that it stays cool. See, it's down below my neck. It's nice and cool in the back. So again, I really enjoyed wearing this sweater. This is what it looks like on my Etsy shop, the Busy Bee top. very easy to make, and it's made with cotton fair yarn again, but you can make it with any size 2 yarn or a size 3. I believe it will look just fine with a size 3 yarn, and I know people experiment, they use size 4 yarns as well. So my patterns are not sized and they're not gauged. So you don't have to worry about what hook size you use. You can use any size hook you want to give you either more coverage or less coverage. That's space between stitches, and that's totally up to you which kind of yarn and which hook you use, because my patterns are sized for you. They do not come in sizes. I have people ask me every single week, do these patterns come in sizes? No, they don't. They don't come in a size. I've had ladies contact me who wear a 3X or a 4X and said that the sweater fit them perfectly. And then also ladies that are smaller and they make them just to fit, and they always fit. I want your sweater to fit you the first time. I don't want you to make it and then be really disappointed because it's not long enough, or it's not wide enough, or it's too narrow across the shoulders, or any of that. You won't find that with my patterns. I also release my patterns in a conversational style, so they're very easy to read. There's not a whole lot of abbreviation, and when there are abbreviations, I tell you up front what they are, and most of the pattern is really written in just conversational style like that. So I always suggest that you read all the way through my patterns before you start, so you'll know where you're going. You'll kind of understand where I'm going with this pattern and what changes you might like to make it your own design. So again, this is the Busy Bee top. I hope you'll try it. It's one of my favorite sweaters for summer. Now on to acquisitions. I ordered some Comfy Cotton yarn. Love this yarn. I love Comfy Cotton brand yarn. And one of my favorite colors is whipped cream, and y'all have seen me make things out of this. This is a beautiful color. It's not white. It's kind of a yellow white. It's just beautiful. It looks really like whipped cream. I mean, it's the closest thing. It's not bright white like you would see in some lines, and it's very similar to this Cotton Fair color. It's a little bit darker, but this Cotton Fair color is called cream, and that's the right color for it. And this also comes in white, a bright white, but I chose the cream because the white was not available, and I'm kind of glad that I did, because I'll show you that in a little bit, what's going on with this particular yarn. So anyway, I ordered some Comfy Cotton blend just off Amazon. I was looking for a solid color, and the only solid colors I could find were white and silver lining, and that's the name of this particular solid color in Comfy Cotton. This Comfy Cotton, if you haven't tried it, it's quite wonderful. It's 392 yards on the cake, so a couple of cakes will get you a nice short sleeve sweater. Maybe 3 cakes would get you any size you want in that. Actually, it's 50 cotton, 50 polyester. So it probably washes up just fine. I see that it's a size 3, and a J hook is the recommended size hook. That's a little big, I think. But you could use a J hook with this and create a project that was nice and airy. I feel like that's what you could probably do with this. Now, I had thought about pairing these two colors together. This is kind of a color combination that I'm in love with right now. I've made a couple of articles that were stone and cream, those two colors together. The number 3, I believe it was, the number 3 plain Jane tee, I made that way. And a striped top, I think it was also a plain Jane tee. I used these two colors. So I might be talking about the same one, I don't remember. But anyway, those two colors are some that I've really enjoyed working with, because one is cool and one is warm, and those colors look really pretty together because they're very similar in tone, or strength, I guess you could say. Not tone, but strength. So those two colors would be pretty in a striped top. I think I have another Comfy Cotton cake in this color, and I bought 2 of these, so that'll probably get me to a top maybe like this that I could make, or something similar. This is a size 3, this Comfy Cotton, and this is a size 2, so it would be a nice experiment to make a Busy Bee top with the Comfy Cotton. So that may be where I'm going with that. I don't know. I have a lot of whips. I guess you all know that. And what I've tried to do lately is to make the kind of the resolution to finish one whip at a time. I know I can work on 4 or 5 things. It's not a big deal. But and y'all can too, I'm sure. But I just thought that finishing one thing at a time, at least I could get it out there and let y'all take a look at it and see what you think. Because working on 4 or 5 whips, just all you have is a little bit of progress every week. And I like to finish things. So I'm working on finishing my red, white, and blue top. Listen to me beating my desk with my fingers. My red, white, and blue top, and I'll show that to you in just a second. Another acquisition that I had that I didn't really order, but it comes automatically to me from Knitcrate, and that is the Knitcrate for June. I just received it on Saturday. Now, it's already August the 1st today, so they're about a month behind on their shipments, but that's okay. They never leave one out. They always send me my shipments. But this is the Knitcrate Inspirations book for June. It's called Mirage, and they're talking about desert colors here. I'm guessing that's where they were going with that. But the colors that they were offering in their Knitcrate box were all of these really pretty colors, but I would have rather had the red ones, of course, but I received the blue, and it's really nice. I'm not upset about it or anything. I like the blue color. These are the colors that the sock yarn comes in, and I always like the sock colors. I don't know why. I don't make socks, but I guess you could make a sweater out of it. It might take you a few years to finish that, but sock yarn is really tiny. This is the crochet pattern for this month, and it's called the Jackson Shawl by Laura Algara, and this is what it looks like. Very, very pretty, very airy, and it has a long rectangle shape, and then there's a trim of 4 or 5 rows here, and then a long fringe. And I just really think that's pretty. I do love it. It looks very easy, and it says that you can be a beginner and actually crochet this shawl. And there are only a couple of pages of directions. It's not long at all. I have looked at these sometimes where the sock patterns take 4 or 5 pages. And I just think, you know, that's great and all, but I don't want a challenge to make a sock. But there are crocheted socks in here. There they are. Those are the crocheted socks that they offer. I'm just not on board with socks, but if you like to make socks, Knitcrate has some really pretty yarns, I have to say. Not sponsored by this company at all in any way at all. This is the extra that came in the bag. It didn't come in a box. It came in a bag. Even though I asked for a box, it comes in a bag. And this says sip 1, stitch 1, repeat from, you know, asterisk. It's, I don't know if it's crochet or knit. Looks like crochet maybe, or you could call it either one. Very cute. And this is a glass holder like this. It goes on your glass and keeps it cold or hot. So that's a cute little extra that they put into the bag this month. So let me show you the yarn that I received. This is Casablanca, and it's 50% alpaca and 25% Peruvian Highland merino wool blend and 25% Surrey alpaca. Beautiful and very, very soft. It's a DK weight, and on each hank are, let me see how many yards, 252 yards on each hank. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So I would have, you know, 500 yards of this, and that would be a shawl, or it would be a maybe a hat and a cowl or something like that. For winter. This is not a summer yarn, even though they send it out in the summer. And I know that a lot of knitters knit through the summer, but they're knitting winter things. They don't really knit a lot of summer tops. Now, some people do, but mostly I see people that have these huge projects for long sleeve sweaters and all. They're working on them in the summertime, and so they're going to wear them in the fall and winter. And up north, you would have a very, very long, cool season all the way from September 1 till maybe May 1. It's cool or cold, and you can use this type of yarn for many, many months out of the year. So it only stands to reason you would probably want to start knitting it or finish knitting it in the summertime so that when fall rolls around you can wear it. So I might do that. I might make a cowl and a cap or something like that out of this, or a nice scarf, a nice shawl, something like that. But 500 yards is enough to do that. It's a DK weight, so it wouldn't be very, very big, but it would be quite beautiful. And this is so beautiful. It's called Casablanca DK yarn, wool yarn. So that's what I received from Knitcrate this month. Now Crystal is here modeling my newest pattern, I guess you could say, because I will write the pattern for this. This is called my Victory Vest. Victory Vest. And one reason I'm calling it that is because I'm making it out of patriotic colors, red, white, and blue. There we go. And this is called Liberty from Dotted Line. I don't know if you can find it anymore, but you could also use these two colors are held together. This is the cream colored Cotton Fair and Dotted Line together. And when you put them together, they make at least a 4, maybe even a bulky size yarn. So if you wanted to make this out of one color yarn, you could use bulky. I would say that would probably be your best bet, but you could also use a number 4 weight yarn, which I'm sure you have plenty in your stash, so you could try it with that. But I've got this kind of pinned together so that you can see it. This is my Victory Vest, and let me turn it around here. What I plan to do with this is the back is already complete. The back is finished, and this is what it looks like. It is really pretty. It's very subtle. The reds appear to be almost pink because they're mixed with the white, and so they give you that kind of a pink color. The blue looks very nice as well, and the white is beautiful together. The two, these two colors, when the dotted line turns to white, it's beautiful with the cream color. I really like how it turned out. So I have completed the back of the vest. The front of the vest is still in the works, and this is the V in the front, and another reason I called it the Victory Vest, because it's going to have a huge V in the front. Now this will be designed to wear over a tank top, and you can also wear it over a long sleeve tee, over a collared shirt. So it's a vest that would be used for lots of different types of dressing. But I think that what I'm planning to do is to make a very large V here, put a nice band of edging around it, and then on the sleeves I'm going to leave them wide open, probably around down to here, and I'll put an edging on them as well, and that will give you the ability to wear it with a tank top or a tee, a long sleeve, short sleeve tee, anything like that. You can wear it, so it will be quite versatile. You can make this out of fall colors, you can make it out of Christmas colors, you can do that, and make it out of wool. You can make it out of any kind of yarn you want. And I should be coming out with this pretty soon. I'd like to do this by the end of the week, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to finish it by then, but and write the pattern and get it ready to go and everything. But I plan to work on this until I finish it. Like I was speaking about before, I want to finish one whip at a time. So this week I'll be concentrating on this particular vest and get this out to you so you can see it. I have to say that Crystal's not very modest here. She's I'll turn her around right here. But I just love the way this looks, and it's not going to be extremely cool, so I'll probably just wear it with a tank top. That would be my guess, and a pair of jeans or some shorts maybe even. That's a really versatile color combination, red, white, and blue. So you can wear it with all kinds of shorts and pants, skirts, all of that. So I will say I wore my Easy Tweedy, my new Easy Tweedy that I finished last Thursday, I believe it was. And I wore it to church yesterday with a navy blue denim skirt to the knee, and I had ordered some little flat suede shoes because I have a little bit of back trouble, so I've tried to quit wearing heels. I love to wear heels, but they aren't very friendly to me anymore. So in order to keep myself from being sore or hurting, I just have tried to stay with flats. And so I didn't have very many flats in my closet, so I ordered a couple of pairs of little suede flats from J. Jill, and they're very cute. They came, and I ordered a size, and I ordered a half size smaller than my foot used to be, I think, and they fit perfectly. So I used to wear an 8.5, now I wear an 8, and they came and they fit absolutely perfect. So I had those on as well, and I really enjoyed wearing my Easy Tweedy. It was nice, and it had a little bit of wool in it, so when we went to our restaurant after church, it was so cold in there. I was so glad that I had my wool top on. So it worked out great. When I came home, I got a little bit warm, so I had to take it off. But I did enjoy wearing it yesterday most of the day. So if you make something with wool in it, you have to plan ahead in the summertime. In the wintertime, it's not a big deal. But this does not have any wool in it. This is all cotton and acrylic, so it's going to be fairly comfortable for late summer and early fall. I had this note on Crystal to say that I needed 4 more rows on the front side that I'm working on now, and then I'll start on the other side. So I should be finishing that fairly soon. I'd like to mention a little side note that I have now watched The Girl with the Pearl Earring. This is a diamond painting that I did, and I'll put a picture here of her, but if you haven't seen this, it was a wonderful experience doing the diamond painting of this beautiful piece of art. And again, the name is The Girl with the Pearl Earring, and the artist is Johann Vermeer. And there was also a book and a movie that were written about this particular girl. I've done a little research on what critics think that this girl represents and who she was. And the people in the movie, or the movie creators, actually went the same route, and they talked about her being a handmaid in his home, and he was so taken by her beauty that he wanted to paint her. And of course there was a lot of drama around that, and there were a couple of scenes that were a little bit sketchy. I don't like recommending movies that have something in them that might be offensive to someone. So the implications of the scenes told it all. You didn't have to see everything that they were talking about, and that worked out fine. But I liked the storyline, and I liked the way it was acted. The main character was, well, Colin Firth was in it. He was also in one of the Pride and Prejudice movies, I believe. The young lady that played the girl with the pearl earring was Scarlett Johansson, and you've seen her in lots of movies. So she's very, very good in this movie. There's a young Scarlett Johansson in this movie. It must be one of her first movies. But anyway, I enjoyed it. You can watch it if you want, but I just thought it was interesting that I found the movie and I ordered it on DVD to rent, and Mr. On the Hook and I watched it yesterday, so we liked it. Now I'd like to take you to my diamond painting progress. It'll only take a second, and I want you to see what I've done. Those of you who have been following me will know that I've made some progress on my diamond painting. This is the Garden at Argenteuil by Monet, and this is what I did first, this little area here. Then I moved up to the sky here. The center I have not finished. This is what I have left to do, and I've been working around the bottom right here. I've been working around the bottom and then up the side here. And I've gotten pretty far there. I only have one square left. See that square right up there? That's a square that has not been diamond painted. And the one right below it, right here, I have not finished. See, there's a little area right there that is empty. It hasn't been painted yet, or diamond painted yet. But if I get back, you can see where I'm going with this. I'll be working on the house next, I hope, once I finish the side here. I will probably not do this part. I'll probably start right here and move my way up and see if I can finish this fairly soon. I'm then going to take it to be framed, and we're going to attach it with adhesive to a plasterboard and then frame it, because this is a very heavy painting. It has a lot of diamonds in it, and if you just frame it without adhering it to a plasterboard, then it's going to, it'll slowly just shrink down. It'll fall down because of the weight at the bottom of the diamond painting. So that's just a little tip. I'll tell you that's what I'm going to try to do when I go to have this formally framed. But I just wanted to show you the progress that I've made, and I'm really excited about moving forward on this. Now on to the giveaway portion of my show. Last Monday, I talked about giving away 5 cakes of cobblestone yarn. This is the colorway Wood Violet. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let me get that up there. It's a purple yarn, and it's encased or wrapped around with white. So it's really pretty. It's very subtle. And I made the coffee break sweater out of this in 2 different colors. But I love the way it crochets. It doesn't split. It's very easy to crochet, and it's a good size. It's a 4, but it's also a kind of a fat 4 is what I call it. It's a bold 4, so you don't have to worry about changing your hook size or anything, but you can make a decent sweater out of this and probably have enough. But I think 5 skeins would make something substantial. So let's turn the camera to the computer and find out who wins this beautiful cobblestone yarn. Okay, here we are at our computer, and the URL for last week, last Monday, is right there. The keyword was stone. So let's find out how many comments we had with that particular word in the comment, and that would be 332. Wonderful. Thank you for participating. All right, let's go down here and find out who wins the cobblestone yarn by Lion Brand, and that would be Stephanie Bowman. Stephanie Bowman. All right, and she says the stone is right there. Stone is right there. So Stephanie Bowman, you have won the cobblestone yarn from Lion Brand. Congratulations. Congratulations, Stephanie. You have won the cobblestone yarn. So be sure to send me your mailing address to my email address, which is down below. Now, for next Monday, I have a couple of giveaways. I'm cleaning out my stash, as you know, and I have some plans for winter, things that I'd like to make, and these are not on my plan list, so I'm going to give these away to someone who might enjoy to have them on their plan list. So first of all, I have 2 skeins of Premier Home cotton, and this is called Big Glitz. This is what it looks like. It's very pretty. It's a very kind of a shiny gold there. I don't know if the camera's picking this up very well, but it is pretty heavily glitzed, as they say. And I think I got this at Tuesday morning, if I'm not mistaken. This is a number 4 yarn. It's very, very soft. It's a cotton and polyester blend. Let me find out what the percentages are. 83% cotton, 15% polyester, and 2% metallic. So it's pretty heavily metallic, as they say. I like this. It's a huge skein, and on each skein are 490 yards of a number 4 yarn. So it's very, very heavy. And I have 2 of these. So someone who might have an idea in mind for a cotton and polyester top or sweater or children's outfits or anything like that, this is very soft. I'm sure you would really like it. Again, it's called Premier Home, and there's the label Premier Home, and it's called Cotton Big Glitz. There it is in English, Cotton Big Glitz right there. So this will go to giveaway winner number 1. Next on the giveaway list for next week, we'll have 2 winners. The first winner will receive the Premier Home Grand Glitz or Big Glitz yarn, 2 skeins of that. The winner number 2 will receive 9 skeins of, now these are 50-gram skeins, so it's like receiving 4.5 big skeins of yarn. They're 125 yards on the ball, but this is 60% extra fine wool and 40% nylon. So it's really, really soft. Again, it's got a little sheen to it, and it's called Modadea Eclipse. And let me just hold that up there to let you see it. It has a sheen, and I hope the camera can pick this up, but it has a little bit of a sheen on it. It's really pretty, and it's wool. It's wool yarn and nylon, which makes it very stretchy and very comfortable. So again, this is Modadea Eclipse. I don't know where this came from. I found it in my stash, and it was packaged in Ziplocs, very nice Ziploc bags, 2 big Ziploc bags. I don't know if I did that or someone else did that, but the skeins were $2.99 a piece. And so for a regular size skein, it would probably run you $5.99 or $6. So it's a regularly priced wool. It's not expensive. It's made by Coat & Clark's, but it is made in Italy. It's quite lovely. I like it. I don't know what I would make out of it because you can tell by the color. This is not my color. This is called linen, and it is pretty and all, but I don't see myself making something out of this. Now, there are 125 yards on the ball, or on the small ball, and there are 9 balls. So let's figure out how many there are. There are 1,125 yards. That's a lot of wool, and this is a number 4 yarn. So the winner number 2 next week will receive all 9 skeins of this really nice wool yarn that I don't even know why I bought it, where I bought it, or anything about it, but it's been in Ziploc bags, so it's beautiful. It's not smelly. It smells beautiful like wool. And I was just amazed that I found it, but I'm trying to clean out my stash. So this will be going to giveaway winner number 2 next week. The key word here is going to be grand. And I take that word from the other yarn that I'm giving away. And this is the first word that came to me when I saw this. Just write the word grand in your comment and you'll be in the running for the giveaway next Monday. Well, I hope you've enjoyed my show today. I try not to bombard you with too many things. I do have a lot of things on the hook, and I'd like to show those to you on Thursday. Maybe we'll go over some of my whips and I'll show you which order I'm going to finish them in. But I did want to show you my new victory vest, and that pattern will be coming out maybe later this week, first of next week, so be looking for that. Also, the giveaways for next week are really nice yarn. I was amazed that I found these in my stash, and I knew I wouldn't make this one because it's a tan color, and I'm really not looking all that great in tan right now. I don't know why. Maybe it's my hair color. I'm not really sure. And this, I just don't have a use for it. I've thought about making a sweater from it, but I already have several sweaters lined up to make for winter, and I know that I probably won't get to it, so I'm going to give this away to a giveaway winner next Monday. So be sure you write a comment down in the description box with the word GRAND, G-R-A-N-D, and you will be in the running for the giveaway. Be sure to join the community. It's down in the description box. It's free, and you get a free pattern when you sign up. And also, every time I release something free to my community, you will receive that as well. This is what I sent out last week. It's the alternate version of the Plain Jane Tee. I hope everyone received it. And these Caron cakes are awesome. I really like the Caron cakes. You only have to buy a couple of them if you can get them on sale. You can make a sweater for $10. I mean, seriously, I've enjoyed the texture of the yarn. I really like the way it looks. Not sponsored by anybody, but I just like the Caron cakes. I've made a couple of Plain Jane Tees out of this, out of Caron cakes. I sent out the instructions for the, let's see what number it was. It's just an alternate version using a Caron cake last week. So I hope that you received this and you can use it some way. It's just a couple of pages, and what it does is it tells you specifically what I did that was different from the main pattern. So you'll need to have the main pattern in order to use this, but I did want to send this out to those who already had the pattern. That way you would have an alternate version, and it was requested by many people, so I thought I would go ahead and write those up and send that out. So I hope you receive that as well. If you're not a member of the community, be sure to join up. I send stuff out now. I'll be sending something else out. In the not too distant future, I have plans to send some other things out. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. I should be back on Thursday, maybe Friday. I'm not sure about this week. So if I don't show up on Thursday, look for me on Friday. And don't think that I'm sick, because I'm not. I feel great. I hope everyone out there is well as well. I know that some of the flus are going around, and I hope that you don't catch it. Just be careful and do all of your hand washing and staying away from people that seem to be sick. I think you'll be okay. I've always been that way. I've always been careful about washing my hands and keeping my distance from people that I can tell that they're sick. They're runny nose, coughing, sneezing. You know, in that case, you really should stay home. If you're in a public environment, you really should stay home instead of going out and mixing with the public and giving away your germs. I've always thought that. So if you're sick, stay home. If you're not, enjoy your life. That's what I say. So I hope you have a wonderful week again, and I'll see you later in the week for my late week video. So join me then, and let's find out what's on the hook.